to win. Let the games begin. Go! Let the games begin.
If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and once you've subscribed, hit this button here and you'll get a notification every time that I upload a video. How's it going, everyone, and welcome to my 2017-18 Premier League predictions. Let me just get them on the screen real quick so I actually remember what I predicted. So I did this last year as well. It's still the longest video on my channel. I'm hoping to keep it a bit shorter this time, so I'm not going to say any key players or manager or anything like that. Literally just like 30 seconds to a minute about every team. And yeah, let's get on with the predictions. And some of you guys are going to be surprised at these, I think. So, the team that I have finishing bottom of the league this season is not Huddersfield, it's not Brighton, it's actually Swansea. Now, last season I predicted Swansea to finish 19th, which was wrong, which was quite wrong. Well, not that far wrong, they nearly did go down, but they just about survived. But this season I don't think they're going to stay up, especially if they lose Gylfi Sigurdsson. If they lose him, I think they're going down. It's like they're going to do a Sunderland. Now in 19th, I have another surprise really. Now, I've got Stoke to finish 19th. Now, before anyone who's not a Vale fan's like, oh, you biased, you hate Stoke, so you're relegated. Nah, I genuinely think that this season Stoke are going to struggle. Now, every season they've been like mid-table and stuff like that, but with the loss of Arnautovic, and yesterday I've got like Choupo-Moting and all of those, and Shaqiri as well. But if none of them have a big season, Stoke are going to really struggle this season. So that's why I have them to finish 19th. I don't think that they have the firepower to do it in the Premier League. Now, in 18th, I did have one of the promoted teams from the Championship to go down, and that team is Brighton. Now, the reason I think Brighton will go down instead of either Huddersfield or Newcastle is they just haven't spent enough money. Well, not spent enough money. They haven't brought in enough quality to strengthen enough for the Premier League. Now, to be fair, on the day I'm recording this, which is the day before the Arsenal-Leicester game, so Thursday the 11th of August, no, the 10th of August, they have just signed Jose Izquierdo from Club Brugge. He's the winger. You'll know him from FIFA. He has a 99 pace team in the season card on FIFA. They have just signed him, so a bit more firepower for them, but they still don't have an out-and-out Premier League goal scorer, as they currently just have Sam Baldock and Glenn Murray, I think. Oh, and Hemed as well. I can't think of anyone else. I don't think they have anyone else. On 17th, I have another one of the promoted teams, and that is Huddersfield. Now, I think they will stay up simply because of the signings they've made. They have made some terrific signings, especially the likes of De Poitre and Ince and Aaron Moy as well. De Poitre, yeah, he didn't do well for Porto, but if you look at his goal-scoring record before Porto, it's pretty damn decent. So maybe he can do it in the Premier League. They also have Steve Mooney as well from Montpellier, although I don't really know much about him, so I can't really have an opinion on him. But still, I have Huddersfield to finish 17th. And in 16th, completing the trio of the promoted teams, it is Newcastle United. Their squad is not a Premier League, well, it is a Premier League quality, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't be in the Premier League, but it's not quite there yet. So they're gonna survive. Whether it be comfortably, I don't know, but they're gonna be there or thereabouts down there. So yeah, finishing 16th, Newcastle. Dwight Gale, though, I think Dwight Gale will get quite a few goals this season, as he's proved that he can do it in the Premier League for Crystal Palace, mainly as a sub though. And speaking of Crystal Palace, I have them in 15th. Now, this one's kind of a safe one, really, because obviously they've got a new manager in Frank de Boer. But I don't know anything about Frank de Boer as a manager. I know he managed Inter Milan and got sacked. That's all I know about him. They've signed some decent players like Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea, Fosu Mensah from Man United, Jairo Rijdervold, the defender from Ajax. Some pretty good signings for Palace there. Yeah, so I think they'll survive. But to be honest with you, any of these teams that I say, from Palace to up to like 10th pretty much, could be in any of these positions. So in 14th, I have Burnley to survive again. Now, They've just lost Andre Gray to Watford, which I think has strengthened Watford. Yes, Andre Gray didn't do well last season, really, but Burnley are a defensive kind of team. They've signed Jonathan Walters, who's a striker, obviously. Decent striker. He'll get the job done. Maybe not score so many goals, but get the job done. They've got Phil Bardsley and Charlie Taylor. Good reinforcements for the defence. So yeah, safe one again, really, for Burnley, 14th. In 13th, I have Watford. Now, last season, Watford, they ended up finishing 17th, yet at no point were they available to get relegated. They were nowhere near the relegation zone. It's just that they ended the season badly. But Marco Silva's a great coach, in my opinion. Yes, he couldn't keep Hull up, but to be honest with you, if they'd have stuck with Mark Phelan, they probably would have finished bottom also. Marco Silva did a decent job to take it towards the final day. It didn't go to the final day in the end, but it was pretty close. But yeah, they've signed Chalobah, Andre Gray again. Decent signings from Watford, and I think they'll survive this season. Now in 12th, I have West Brom. They finished 10th last season, which is a massive achievement. I think that's the first time Tony Pulis has ever finished in the top half of the Premier League, I believe. They were in 8th for all season, and then they got like 1 point in 10 games or something stupid like that. But they need to make more signings as well, though. They've signed Jay Rodriguez and Ahmed Higazi. Need to get his name right. They've lost the captain Darren Fletcher to Stoke, but I don't see that as much of a problem. I mean, he was an influential player for them, but they have many others in that midfield. So I think West Brom will be fine this season, especially under the management of Tony Pulis. Now in 11th place, I have last season's, I want to say overachievers really, and that's Bournemouth. They finished 9th last season, which is a huge achievement for a club like Bournemouth. They are by far the smallest club in the Premier League. Maybe don't have the smallest budget anymore. I mean, they've signed Nathan Ake for 25 million, so yeah. But Bournemouth, they have Jermaine Defoe back up front, so he'll get the goals for them. And again, under the management of Eddie Howe, I see them just finishing comfortably in mid-table this season. I don't see them flirting with relegation at all. In 10th, always a safe bet, is Southampton. Southampton are a selling club, and every single season they sell one or two of their best players. This season it looks like it's going to be Van Dijk, but they still have an amazing squad. They have a great academy, as you know, and yeah, Southampton 10th, I think. New manager Maurizio Pellegrino. It's so hard not to call him Maurizio Pochettino or Manuel Pellegrini, but yeah, it's one of them, Southampton. You never know where they're going to finish, because you think they've got a depleted squad, but they really haven't, have they? Their squad just gets better and better, if anything. In 9th, I've gone with West Ham. Now, a lot of people have had West Ham in 8th, but I think the team that I've put in 8th are better than West Ham, personally. Of course, they have signed Chicharito, Javier Hernandez. I messed that up, didn't I? But yeah, he's going to bang in the goals, hopefully, for them this season, because haven't they been through like 30 odd strikers and they've scored like not many goals in like the last 10 years or something? It's actually mad. But I think Hernandez is the one. Hernandez will take them up to not necessarily the next level yet, but maybe next season he'll take them up to the next level, maybe Europa League, I don't know. But 9th place for West Ham. And in 8th place, I have Leicester City. Now, the reason I've got them in 8th, I've not got them and West Ham switched around, is because I think Leicester City have a better setup than West Ham. Craig Shakespeare knows what he's doing from the looks of it. You know, he's carried on the same style that Ranieri did have in their title-winning season. And signing players like Iheanacho, Vicente Iborra, what fantastic signings they are, especially Iheanacho, because I think he's got the best goals per minute ratio of any player in Premier League history, which is just mad. He may not have scored many goals or played many minutes, but that's still an incredible feat. And he's still only young as well, so who knows how high he can go. I think he'll get quite a few goals this season if he plays a lot. I don't know whether I don't know whether him and Vardy up front is the right thing, because they're both kind of like fast, quick players who try and get in behind the defence. But who knows? I've got Leicester City to finish 8th. Oh, we get on to what could possibly be the European place anyway, the top 7 anyway of the Premier League, and everyone, absolutely everyone, has got Everton to finish in 7th, and I'm going to do the same. Everton 7th. I can't see them finishing anywhere else, to be honest with you. I mean, they've spent nearly 100 million this summer. Sandro Ramirez, Davy Klaassen, Wayne Rooney, of course, Michael Keane is another one, Jordan Pickford. Mate, that is an amazing, amazing squad Everton have this season. What an amazing squad they have. A mix of experience, youth, and of course, they've obviously spent that Lukaku money, you can really tell. So yeah, I don't think Everton will struggle without Lukaku though, because last season he didn't score many important goals. He maybe scored when his team were 2-1 up, he scored to make it 3-1 and all that stuff. So yeah, Everton to finish 7th. Now the top 6, which is probably the hardest thing to predict in the whole league. Everyone's going to have their opinions on this. Everyone's going to be switching it up and changing it round and stuff. In 6th place, I have Liverpool. Now, Liverpool, if they get into the Champions League, well, they've obviously got to qualify for it first, but I think that'll catch up with them a bit, because obviously last season didn't have European football, did they, last season? I don't think they did. I can't remember. But anyway, they must have done. But anyway, yeah. Liverpool, I think Champions League will catch up with them. It did last time they were in the Champions League. They finished lower down. But it's a better prediction than 9th anyway, because I had them to finish 9th last season. And they ended up finishing 4th. So, yeah. But Liverpool to finish 6th. I can't see them finishing any higher, especially with the teams that will finish above them in my prediction. Now, in 5th place, it might be a bit of a long shot, but Manchester United. I think Manchester United will finish 5th. They finished 6th with Zlatan Ibrahimovic up front. I mean, how did they even do that? They should finish way higher with someone like him up front. They do have Lukaku now. They have Matic. And with Matic there, it means Pogba could maybe push up a bit more and maybe get more involved in the attacking side of things. Lindelof's a good signing at centre-back, although he's slightly unproven, I think. Yes, he's played for Benfica, but Benfica are by far the best team in Portugal, which means that every single attack he comes up against is probably worse, if you know what I mean. Whereas in the Premier League, it's all equal in a way, because every team's got to finish somewhere, but he's going to be coming up against some much better attacks and much better attackers and strikers in the Premier League. But it's a good signing nonetheless. So yeah, Man United to finish 6th again. Champions League, I think, will catch up with them slightly, but we'll see what happens. Now in 4th place, the top 4, is it the ongoing joke? Have I put Arsenal in 4th? No, I've put their North London rivals Tottenham in 4th. Now, if Tottenham weren't playing at Wembley this season, I probably would have put them first. I'm not even joking. But the fact that they're playing at Wembley, especially after what happened last season when they played at Wembley, I don't see them winning the title. I can still see them finishing top 4, but them and Man United could easily switch around. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see who they sign, because they've signed literally no one. They've lost Kyle Walker to Man City, so they've strengthened a rival. I know, you know, Kyle Walker's not the best right back. I mean, come on. I mean, Trippier's probably just as good as him, but they've still strengthened the rival, haven't they? So, but yeah, Tottenham I think will finish 4th. I think that's a fair prediction for them. Now in 3rd place, what teams do I have left? I have Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal left as the top 3. In 3rd place, I am going with last season's champions, Chelsea. Now, I think they'll finish 3rd this season. Why do I think that? They've got like hardly any depth in their squad at all. They've got a fantastic team, don't get me wrong, but last season they didn't have European football, did they? So they could perform with not much depth, because they literally had a game every week. That's it. They didn't have 2 every week. With Champions League, they need more players. They need more. Bakayoko, great signing, great signing, but they lost Matic. They signed Morata, but Diego Costa's not going to play, is he, if he stays? And he's probably going to leave. Yeah, and Willy Caballero as well, just as a backup. I mean, he's a decent goalkeeper, what can I say? But yeah, that is Chelsea. With Champions League and the size of their squad, I don't think winning another title is going to happen this season. So, the top 2, I have Man City and Arsenal. which way round? I think you guys probably know, to be honest. In second, I have Arsenal. Now, this is a tricky one, actually. I didn't really know where to put Arsenal. I think they'll get Champions League this I think they'll finish in the Champions League places this season. So that's why I didn't put them 5th or 6th, which meant that Man United and Liverpool had to miss out. And then I thought Chelsea weren't going to finish 2nd, and I thought Tottenham weren't going to finish 2nd, so I had to put Arsenal 2nd, basically. But 2nd's fair. Any of the top 4, not the top, any 2nd, 3rd and 4th, Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham, could finish in either of those positions, any of them. So it's a tough one to predict, but with Lacazette and Kolasinac as their new signings, they will motor it on, I think, Arsenal. Europa League, I'm not sure about with them. Whether it'll catch up with them, whether they'll struggle to deal with the workload, I don't know. But I think Arsenal are better equipped than Chelsea, which is why I've put them above Chelsea. So yeah, Arsenal to finish 2nd, which means I have Manchester City to win the title. I predicted this last year, as I'm sure a lot of other people did, and everyone was dead wrong. They finished 3rd. So it's not really dead wrong, but this season, again, they are much better equipped. Pep Guardiola last season, he inherited Pellegrini's squad and just added to it. Whereas this season, he's got rid of all the, I was going to say deadwood, it's not deadwood, he's got rid of pretty much all of the older players at the club, and he's replaced them with younger, better, and more talented players. So he got rid of Clichy, he got rid of Sagna, got rid of, who else did he get rid of? I can't remember. But anyway, he spent like 100 million on his defence, which is absolutely mental. Danilo, Kyle Walker, Benjamin Mendy, what fantastic signings. Ederson in goal, what a fantastic signing. Whether he can do it in the Premier League, I'm not sure. I mean, everyone thought Claudio Bravo was going to be great, but well, look what happened to him. But Man City, they know what it's like to have Champions League football. They've had it for the last 5-6 years now, so they'll be able to deal with that. And Guardiola's had a season in the Premier League to see what it's all about, and now I think that he can push on and lead Manchester City to their 3rd Premier League title. So that is it. That is my Premier League predictions for the 2017-18 season. Let me know in the comments what you think, and also your predictions as well. And yeah, I think I've done pretty well this time. I think last time I only got one team right, and that was Stoke, I think, 13th or something like that. I got like no other teams right at all in my prediction. But anyway, if you enjoyed, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more football and FIFA content. And of course, don't forget to check out my 2nd channel for other games. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Peace!